On the news, court orders interim forfeiture of digital assets worth $222,729 linked to crypto fraud syndicate. Tinubu signs bill to establish Federal University in Ogoni, Rivers State. And Samuel Anyanwu Des PDP governors resumes office as party's national chairman. Many thanks for joining us on News Now on TV360 Nigeria and Mr. Latikun. A federal high court sitting in Lagos has ordered the interim forfeiture of digital assets valued at $222,729 linked to the unlawful activities of the 193 foreigners and 599 Nigerians who were arrested in December 2024 by the Economic and Financial Crimes Commission, Efcc. The arrested persons, totaling 792, were said to have been involved in various offenses bordering on cryptocurrency investment fraud and romance scams. On Monday, Justice Alexander Weye of the Federal High Court made the order of temporary forfeiture following an ex parte application filed and moved by the EFCC. After granting the order, the judge also directed the EFCC to publish it in a national newspaper to allow anyone with an interest in the assets to appear before the court within 14 days to show cause, while the assets should not be permanently forfeited to the federal government.
Today's proceedings went rather fairly because my client was arraigned on a 2-count charge. One of it was cyber terrorism, and the other one was on conspiracy. So he pleaded not guilty, and it was adjourned for trial in 7 days' time. So we are planning to apply for his bail and see if he can be granted bail. We are also looking out for other possibilities. For example, we want to see if it's possible to settle out of court too.
In a bold move to drive economic relief for Nigerians, Dangote Petroleum Refinery has reduced the depot price of its petrol from 950 naira to 890 naira, effective from Sunday, February 2. In a statement issued on Sunday by Anthony Chiejine, the Chief Branding and Communications Officer, Dangote Refinery, the price adjustment is in response to favorable development in the global energy sector and a significant decline in international crude oil prices. The refinery has also called on marketers across the country to ensure that the benefits of the reduced price are passed on to the Nigerian public. TV360 Sydney Okafor spoke to residents in Lagos to get their opinion of the price slash by Dangote Refinery.
The decision by the Dangote Petroleum Refinery to reduce the export depot price of premium motor spirit, Petrol, from 950 naira to 890 naira per litre is seen as a relief move for Nigerians. The statement by Dangote Refineries also noted that the price reduction will significantly lower the cost of petrol across the country, generating a positive ripple effect throughout the broader economy. Residents in Lagos expressed mixed reactions to the move.
It's a welcome development. We have to start from somewhere. If they are cutting about, say, 50, 60 naira, maybe over the next 2-3 months, maybe we can have another cut, and gradually it's on a right direction.
From the past government and current government, Buhari that left this government left fuel at the rate of 185 naira. And by then, we bought things very cheap. This our Korokwe at that time, the tire is 4,500 naira, Tokumbo, not new one. But this time around, fuel now came to 1,000 to 900. We are buying this tire 22,000 naira. So even though federal government bring this fuel to 400 naira, they have never tried. What happened from 185? What benefit we citizens are benefiting from the government?
That reduction has no impact on the standard cost of living of the average Nigerian, average Lagosian, I bought fuel this morning at 9.95 at Northwest there. So I don't know where the reduction is coming from. 9.95 Northwest, Mobile 9.95. So if they remove 60 naira from an unnecessarily high price of 1,000, from now 1,500 naira, they'll be gradually removing 100 naira, 50 naira, 70 naira, until they bring fuel to like 250 naira maximum. There will be no positive impact on the economy of this country and in the lives of the masses. You don't expect me now to reduce the cost of my transportation from Maryland to Allen. It's not possible.
Nigerians hope that the reduction in the petrol price will reflect at all filling stations following the slash in the landing cost by Dangote refinery. They also call on the government and stakeholders in the petroleum sector to ensure a further reduction in the price of petrol nationwide. Sydney Okafo, TV 360, Lagos.
President Bola Tinubu has signed into law the Federal University of Environment and Technology Establishment Bill 2024. The bill establishes the Federal University of Environment and Technology, Ogoni, in Rivers State. Signing the bill into law at the State House on Monday in Abuja, President Tinubu says the newly established institution aligns with his administration's Renewed Hope agenda, which prioritizes correcting past inequalities and building inclusive institutions for balanced national development. TV 360's Tamilore Akinkwoliye completes the report.
The establishment of the Federal University of Environment and Technology in Rivers State comes just about a week after President Bola Tinubu met with leaders of the Ogoni with a view to restarting oil production in the community, which was suspended over 30 years ago. It's not clear whether the establishment of the university was part of the discussion at that meeting. But while signing the bill to establish the university into law, the president made it clear that the decision is part of a broader effort to enhance educational opportunities in the Ogoni region, specifically in light of environmental challenges faced by the Ogoni people due to severe pollution the area has suffered from oil exploration activities. According to the president, the bill identifies the need for a dedicated institution to address critical issues relating to the environment and promote sustainable development through education.
By signing this bill into law, we are taking a decisive step towards addressing historical grievances and creating new opportunities for learning, growth, and prosperity. The university will serve as a center of excellence, equipping young Nigerians with the knowledge and skill to tackle present environmental challenges, drive clean energy solutions, and contribute to our national sustainable economic development.
The university will support our oil and gas sectors by creating middle-level and high-level jobs to the community. This is a manifestation of another renewed hope where Nigeria economy terrain will thrive. This university will offer opportunities to young men and women in the country who have been deprived of opportunity before this.
Other speakers at the signing ceremony described the move as a testament to the administration's commitment to addressing historical injustices and fostering inclusive national development.
Today's event is a significant confidence-building measure that reaffirms the administration's dedication to inclusive development and environmental sustainability. We look forward to continued collaboration, not only with the Ogoni community, but with other stakeholders in advancing peace, stability, and prosperity in the Niger Delta region and the country as a whole.
Beyond being an institution, Mr. President, it represents a commitment to nurturing the talent and aspiration of our people, ensuring that we contribute meaningfully to our nation and the world. This achievement is not mine alone, but a collective effort embodying the voices of our communities, the resilience of our people, and the unwavering support of our leaders.
Oil drilling was suspended in Ogoni after crisis erupted over massive pollution of the environment, blamed on oil giant Shell. The crisis resulted in the execution of some notable Ogoni leaders, including renowned playwright Ken Saro-Wiwa, by the military regime in the country in 1995. There is a massive remediation currently going on in the area to restore the environment. The establishment of the Federal University of Environmental Technology may also be seen by some as a form of compensation for the community. It is also expected to enhance educational access in Ogoni land and address the environmental and socio-economic challenges. Tamilore Akinkolie, TV360, Lagos.
Amid the ongoing battle for the position of National Secretary of the Opposition People's Democratic Party (PDP), Samuel Anyanwu, who is jostling for the post, resumed duty at the party's national headquarters, despite the PDP Governors Forum endorsing Sunday Ude Okoye for the position. On Friday, the PDP Governors Forum, led by Bauchi State Governor Bala Mohammed, confirmed Ude Okoye as the party's national secretary, referencing the appeal court's ruling, and instructed the National Working Committee to implement the judgment. Anyanwu dismissed the statement credited to the party's national publicity secretary, Debo Ologunagba, confirming the PDP governor's support for Ude Okoye. In his response, Ologunagba described Anyanwu's decision to resume in defiance of the subsisting court order as unfortunate and embarrassing. Reactions have continued to trail Samuel Anyanwu's return to duty at the PDP's national headquarters, despite the PDP Governors Forum endorsing Sunday Ude Okoye as the party's new national secretary. The PDP chieftain Dinro Odeyemi weighed in on the development and faulted the governor's move to recognize Ude Okoye as the party's national secretary, while the matter is still pending before the Supreme Court. According to Odeyemi, the situation represents a political crisis that cannot be resolved by dividing the party into factions.
I don't know the premises on which the governors placed their argument to recognize Okoye, because what we were made to understand is that the matter is before the Supreme Court. And if that is the situation, it will be very wrong of the governors to say, yes, they are recognizing Okoye. But I'm not condemning the acts. I want to believe that they did that in the interest of peace or because they are looking for peace for the party. But the point remains, we are handling a political crisis. And I don't believe you can solve a political crisis by pitching tents with one person. My suggestion or my idea of a solution would have been for the governors. They are very powerful, they are very big, they are very important in our party. What I think they should have done is to use that opportunity of their unity, of their meeting, to invite Anyanwu and Okoye, sit the two of them down. Let them know that they form the pillar of the party. Let them realize that the crisis can be resolved through the two of them to start with. Let them know, massage their ego, and let them feel important that stepping down for one another or agreeing that one of them should be the secretary without the intervention of the court, we send a very strong signal that in PDP, we can organize ourselves. That is my expectation. But since that is not happening, they now say they are recognizing Okoye. I believe the problem is still there. They are not solving the problem. They are creating it more. Because I see Anyanwu as a masquerade that is dancing in the marketplace. Yeah, definitely there are some people drumming the beat for him, dictating the steps he should take. So you cannot erase this kind of issues from the solution. And I don't believe anybody is too big to be talked to. What is bad in even inviting Wike? What is bad in bringing Atiku to the table? We are governors. We have been embarrassed enough by the activities within the party. People have talked to us that we are not organized. People don't see us as credible opposition. An election is near. let us all talk. Let us all discuss how we can solve this situation, this problem against 2027, because we don't have the time. That is my expectation of the forum of PDP governors. Not that they will now say, we recognize Okoye, we don't recognize Anyanwu. Because whether you like it or not, I have gone through the constitution. Though the constitution of the party, I want to believe there are a lot of issues that needed to be reformed in that constitution of the party. And that is one of the crises. That is one of the reasons we're having this crisis today.
And another story is the Health of Mother Earth Foundation, HOMEF, in collaboration with the Nigerian Institute for Oceanography and Marine Research, alongside the International Ocean Institute in Nigeria, have organized a workshop where they urge the government and stakeholders to prioritize and address Nigeria's coastline, which faces the rising sea level amongst the others. The executive director of HOMEF, Nimo Basi, alongside other experts, spoke on the theme State of the Ocean, disclosing that coastline communities are grappling with rising sea levels and coastal erosion, which could result in loss of lives, properties, and heightened security. They revealed that drastic action is required to combat the severe consequences of sea level rise, describing it as a global concern, while highlighting that the Nigerian government and stakeholders need to take immediate action.
We gather not only as researchers, scientists, policymakers, and stakeholders, but as custodians of the planet's most vital resource, the ocean. The ocean is actually the most vital resource of the planet, because if we don't get it right with the ocean, we are not getting it right with any of us. So it is very important that we get it right with our oceans.
Recording in progress.
The ocean is the lifeblood of our planet, and for Africa, it holds immense ecological, economic, and cultural significance.
We have to resist the unchecked advances of transnational polluters in our ocean and demand accountability. Government must act not as enablers of destruction, but as stewards of the environment, ensuring that decisions about natural resources are made with the full participation of the communities who rely on them. Nigeria has signed so many conventions and treaties regarding the well-being of marine ecosystems. We even have designated marine protected areas whose protection is highly disputable. Our Constitution may be said to have a tilt towards ensuring the right to life, but there can be no right to life without the right to a safe environment.
We'll take a break here. Still to come on News Now. South Africa gives Taiwan deadline to move embassy from Pretoria. Stay with us for details. Welcome back. Here's a recap of our top stories. The Federal High Court sitting in Lagos has ordered the interim forfeiture of digital assets valued at $222,729 linked to the unlawful activities of the 193 foreigners and 599 Nigerians who were arrested in December 2024 by the Economic and Financial Crimes Commission, EFCC. We also informed you that President Bola Tinubu has signed into law the Federal University of Environment and Technology Establishment Bill 2024, which establishes the Federal University of Environment and Technology, Ogoni, in Rivers State. In case you missed any of our news bulletins, or for more updates, you can catch us on Limex World TV and AVO TV, or log on to our website on www.tv360nigeria.com. You can also follow us on our social media platforms on Twitter, Instagram, and YouTube at TV360 Nigeria, or download our mobile app on Google Play Store, Huawei App Gallery, and Apple Store. On Facebook, we're at TV360 Online. Well, let's join Joy Uchejin for more stories in the world of business. Over to you, Joy.
Thank you, Simi, and welcome to Business News. Now, the Nigerian government has said it would soon launch a new initiative that will allow small and medium enterprises in the country to easily access loans. Speaking at the Renewed Hope Global Virtual Conference 2025 held over the weekend, the Minister of State for Industry, Trade and Investment, John Eno, highlighted ongoing efforts to improve export processing zones, enhance loan accessibility, and establish an industrial revolution task force. Addressing concerns about challenges faced by small businesses in securing loans, the minister reaffirmed the government's commitment to easing financial access through the Bank of Industry and to enhancing industrial expansion, improving access to funding, and driving digital innovation to strengthen Nigeria's economic competitiveness. And global oil prices jumped on Monday following the imposition of tariffs by U.S. President Donald Trump on Canada, Mexico, and China, as the move sparked concerns over potential disruptions in crude supply from all three neighbors who are the U.S. largest oil suppliers. The tariffs include 10% on Canadian energy products and a full 25% tariff on Mexican energy exports to the U.S. Industry experts warn that the tariffs will increase costs for heavier crude grades essential for optimal refinery production, potentially reducing profitability and forcing production cuts. There are also concerns that demand may drop, which may either cause a reduction in global oil prices or force oil producers to cut production. We'll take a short break and return with stock market reports. Welcome back. It's a positive turn for the Nigerian equities market as it kicked off the week, recording a 0.13% gain. The Osha Index rose to over 100,000 basis points, while market cap increased to 64.8 trillion naira. At the close of trading, 124 NGS listed equities participated in trading, ending with 21 gainers and 35 losers. Now, Presco led the gainers with a 10% share price appreciation, closing at 643.50 naira per share, followed by Better Glass Company. In terms of trading volume, the market recorded a total of 510 million shares traded across 14,611 deals, valued at 13 billion naira. Compared to the previous NGS trading day, today's data shows a 56% decline in volume and 13% decline in turnover. Meanwhile, on the global scene, Wall Street's major indexes hit multi-week lows on Monday amid a broad sell-off sparked by fears of a trade war between President Trump imposed heavy tariffs on Mexico, Canada, and China. And in the foreign exchange market, the US dollar traded at 1,250 naira, the British pound at 2,000 naira, and the euro at 1,670 naira on the black market. And that's the both business and stock market updates. Back to you, Simi, for the rest of the news.
Thank you for the update, Joy. And on the foreign scene, the South African government has given Taiwan a deadline until the end of March 2025 to relocate the island's de facto embassy from the capital city of Pretoria. This is according to the Taiwanese Foreign Ministry, which blamed Chinese pressure for the move. South Africa severed official diplomatic ties with Taiwan in 1997 and now only maintains formal close relations with China, which views the democratically governed island as part of its territory with no right to the privileges of a state. In a statement, Taiwan's foreign ministry says South Africa's government had sent a letter in January demanding the de facto Taiwanese embassy to leave Pretoria before the end of March and be renamed as a trade office. Conservative Bart de Wever has been sworn in as Belgium's new prime minister after striking a hard-fought coalition deal that moves the country to the right. Following 7 months of intense negotiations, the agreement makes de Wever the first nationalist from Dutch-speaking Flanders to become Belgian premier. The 54-year-old, who in recent years had backed off on calls for Flanders to become an independent country, took the oath of office before King Philippe in a ceremony at the Royal Palace in Brussels. Well, up next is Entertainment Report on News Now.
Nigerian singer Temilade Okpeniyi, popularly known as Tems, has won the Best African Music Performance category at the 67th Grammy Awards. She secured the win with her song Love Me Jeje, beating Tomorrow by Yemi Alade, MMS by Asake featuring Wizkid, Sensational by Chris Brown featuring Davido and Lil J, and Higher by Burna Boy. This marks Tems' second Grammy win. Tems received 3 nominations at this year's Grammys, bringing her career total to 8. The late Jimmy Carter, the 39th President of the United States, has won a posthumous Grammy Award for Best Audiobook, Narration, and Storytelling Recording. Carter's award-winning audiobook, Last Sundays in Plains, a Centennial Celebration, features his final Sunday school lessons in Georgia, where he shares his insights on love, kindness, forgiveness, and the afterlife. Carter's grandson, Jason Carter, accepted the award on his behalf, praising the recognition of his grandfather's work. And that's your entertainment report on News Now. Joy Uchejim, TV 360, Lagos.
Finally on sports, Aston Villa has signed Marcus Rashford on loan from Manchester United for the rest of the season on Sunday to end the England international's exile under Ruben Amorim at Old Trafford. The 27-year-old has been linked with the move to AC Milan and Barcelona, but the European giants were put off by his reported £300,000 a week wages. According to reports, Villa will pick up at least 75% of that payback packet for the coming month, rising to 90% depending on performance-related bonuses, and have an option to make the deal permanent at the end of the season for £40 million. And Women's World Cup winner Jennifer Hermoso has testified that an unwanted kiss from former Spanish Football Federation President Luis Rubiales tainted the happiest day of her life. Speaking at the trial, Hermoso said she never consented to the kiss during the August 2023 medal ceremony and that Rubiales had not sought her permission. Hermoso also claimed Rubiales pressured her to downplay the incident publicly. Rubiales will testify on February 12 with the trial concluding on February 19. Luis Rubiales currently faces charges of sexual assault and coercion, with prosecutors seeking a 2.5-year prison sentence. And that's it on News Now. Thank you for watching. We'll see you again next time.